Wow, do I have some news for you? Hey, everybody. Extenuating circumstances policy. The extenuating circumstances policy explains how cancellations are handled when unforeseen events beyond your control arise after booking and make it impractical or illegal to complete your reservation. Did you hear that? Impractical or illegal to complete your reservation? What in the hell would make it illegal to go to your reservation for your vacation that you booked? And then NOAA gets dire warning about geoengineering. Yeah. 18 countries apply to join BRICS Alliance in 2024 to get rid of the US dollar's hegemony. You can read about this, watcher.guru. There's so many different options for investing right now. A lot of people are getting a little overwhelmed. Are you one of those people? Well, if you've got your money in the bank, not so great. It's losing every single day. So check it out. Gold is unstoppable. Have you been watching the numbers with gold just for the past 7 years? Look back over 20 years. The stock market, is there a single stock available that was available 2,000 years ago? No. There's no stocks on the stock market that were around 2,000 years ago. Guess what? Gold was. Gold was around 6,000 years ago. You can call Noble Gold Investments right now if you want to get some gold. You want to get some gold? You want a free gold coin? Convert your 401 or IRA through Noble Gold Investments. Real simple. Call them up. Let them know Rex from Leak Project sent you. Get a free ebook if you go to leakprojectgold.com. How to get out of the rat race. Ebooks that'll help you and your family and help protect your assets. Now, obviously, there's never any guarantees. So what do? You look at what the big banks are doing. Noble Gold Investments has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Tons of 5-star reviews. Give them a call. 1-877-646-5347. Let's get back to the podcast and be the change you want to see. How the heck are you? Buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to get bumpy. Oh, yeah. I got a scratch under my eye, and I read a comment the other day that I allegedly joined the Illuminati, and I'm a part of the Black Eye Club now. Have you never had a black eye? Anyway, I hit a wild turkey. It smashed my window in half, and I had glass shards stuck inside of my glasses that I was wearing. So luckily, I have the opportunity to look at you today, and let's talk about it. We've got so much going on. This news is crazy. So I have several articles that I would like to share with you today in reference to the latest news, and the news is getting pretty intense. So let's go. Here we go. The first article that I want to share with you. Do you remember a couple months ago when Google changed their update policy for advertisers? And I didn't understand it completely, and I don't know if anybody does, but in my opinion, the wording, if something happens in the future that would cause major disruptions, let's say, as an example, as a possibility, like a major disruptive event. So they changed their advertiser policies so that people wouldn't be able to gouge consumers if the consumer felt they needed that product. And then the only way they could get it is through this one website, and they've quadrupled the price as an example. So I don't know if they foresee some major events happening in the future that would create scarcity or difficulty in getting supplies. But guess what? We've got another big corporation, Airbnb. And I found a post on Facebook, so I want to thank the person that posted this on Facebook. I dug deeper into this research, and I'd like to share it with you now. So let's go. Here it is. This is from Airbnb, a major disruptive event policy. The policy is being updated. The new policy appears to be at the top of the page and will apply to all reservations taking place on or after June 6th. June 6th. That's about 70 days after the eclipse, approximately. Now, on or after June 6th of this year, 2024, expect, as otherwise notified by Airbnb to users, the existing policy appears at the bottom of the page and applies to earlier reservations. Well, let's look at the overview. Let's look at the updates. Look at this. Extenuating circumstances policy. The extenuating circumstances policy explains how cancellations are handled when unforeseen events beyond your control arise after booking and make it impractical or illegal to complete your reservation. Did you hear that? Impractical or illegal to complete your reservation? What in the hell would make it illegal to go to your reservation for your vacation that you booked with your family? Now, that to me, oh man, that sounds a little bit doomy, but that's okay. No fear here. Be prepared, not scared, right? I'm going to drink some coffee. When this policy allows for cancellation, it controls and takes precedence over the reservation's cancellation policy. Guests that are impacted by an event covered by this policy can cancel their reservation and receive, depending on the circumstances, a cash refund, travel credit, and or other consideration. Hosts that are impacted by an event covered by this policy can cancel without adverse consequences, but depending on the circumstances, their calendars may be blocked for the dates of the canceled reservation. What events are covered, Bob? Well, this policy uses the term event to refer to the following situations that occur after booking, are unforeseen at the time of booking, and prevent or legally prohibit completion of the reservation. That is insane. Legally prohibit completion of a reservation? That is an event. Changes to government travel requirements. Unexpected changes to visa or passport requirements imposed by a governmental agency that prevent travel to the destination. This doesn't include lost or expired travel documents or other personal circumstances relating to a guest's authorization to travel. So changes to government travel requirements, declared emergencies and epidemics. Government declared local or national emergencies, epidemics, pandemics, and public health emergencies. This does not include diseases that are endemic or commonly associated with an era. For example, malaria in Thailand or dengue fever in Hawaii. Or is it dengue? Dengue. Government travel restrictions. What? Government travel restrictions? Oh boy. Travel restrictions imposed by a governmental agency that prevent or prohibit traveling to, staying at, or returning from the listing location. This does not include non-binding travel advisories and similar government guidance. Military actions and other hostilities. Acts of war, hostilities, invasions, civil war, terrorism, explosions, bombings, rebellions, riots, insurrection, civil disorder, and civil unrest. How many flags went off when I read that paragraph from Airbnb.com help article 1320? I'm just reading what Airbnb is telling us what could cause a possible refund. Whoa, that's a bit interesting. Now let's go to the next one. Natural disasters, acts of God, large-scale outages of essential utilities, volcanic eruptions, tsunamis, and other severe and abnormal weather events. This does not include weather of natural conditions that are commonly enough to be foreseeable in that location. For example, hurricanes occurring during hurricane season in Florida. What's not covered? Everything else. The policy only allows for cancellations for the events described above. Everything else is excluded. Examples of situations that the policy does not allow cancellations for include unexpected disease, illness, or injury, government obligations like jury duty, court appearances, or military duties, travel advisories, or other government guidance that falls short of a travel ban or prohibition, cancellation or rescheduling of an event for which the reservation was made, and transportation disruptions unrelated to a covered event like road closures, as well as flight, train, bus, and ferry cancellations. If you cancel a reservation in these cases, the amount refunded will be determined by the cancellation policy that applies to the reservation. What to do next? Well, what I would like to know is like, why now? What's up with the update now? Did a lawyer just finally go up to the board and said, you know what, stockholders? You know what, CEO? We need to protect our asses in case of an invasion, in case the government prohibits people from traveling. You know, we need to cover ourselves on this. So let's come up with a new policy. Let's update this today. What do you think, guys? What do the powers that be see in the foreseeable future that they are not sharing with us, if anything? I mean, I don't know. It could just be precautionary measures, and let's hope that it is. Precautionary measures? Nanu. It's pretty wild. This is pretty darn wild, folks. And you know what? I'm going to upload this on Patreon first, and I'm going to upload it unedited on Patreon. And here's a couple other news articles I would like to share with you that I can actually talk about on Patreon. I mean, maybe I can talk about it on other platforms, but also, this is not good news. Dairy cows from Michigan are infected with bird flu. The Department of Agriculture says it is confirmed the virus has infected cattle at farms in Texas, Kansas, New Mexico, and Michigan. While Idaho has a presumptive outbreak at one dairy farm, wild birds, which have been found dead on some farms, most likely contaminated cow feed or water. And that's science.org. And then NOAA gets dire warning about geoengineering. Yeah. The agency is being asked to strengthen a toothless rule that requires only a heads up before experiments to modify the weather. Picture this. As a Phoenix heat wave is killing hundreds of people, an entrepreneur approaches the city's mayor with an extraordinary offer. Politico.com. All right, folks. Well, I'm going to jump because I've got Dr. Richard Allen Miller on the show next. I will share that with you soon. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you for listening to me rant. I get real passionate about certain things, and I've been holding this in for a while, so I needed to let it out. And let it out, folks. Be the change the world needs to see. Keep that passion of yours strong and alive. Do what you feel is right, but make sure that it is, and be the change you want to see. Nanny, nanny. Nanny, nanny.